In Florida, if you have employees and you're not carrying workers' compensation coverage, the state can show up, issue a stop work order, and shut your business down the same day. No warning, no grace period. Workers' compensation is not optional for most Florida employers. But beyond the legal requirement, there's a lot about how this coverage actually works that most business owners haven't thought through, including what you can actually control about your cost. In this video, workers' compensation from the employer's perspective, what it covers, how you're priced for it, and what moves the needle. I'm Brian Woods with Integrity Insurance and Risk Management. We work with business owners, commercial real estate investors, and independent producers who are serious about protecting what they've built. On this channel, we break down insurance and risk management in plain language. No jargon, no fluff, just the stuff that actually matters when something goes wrong. Workers' compensation provides benefits to employees who are injured on the job or develop a work-related illness. In exchange for those benefits, employees give up the right to sue the employer directly in most circumstances. That's the core bargain the system is built around. Two components. Workers' compensation covers the injured employee's medical treatment, lost wages during recovery, and in serious cases, long-term disability benefits or death benefits for their family. Employer's liability covers the situation where an employee or their family attempts to sue the employer outside the workers' compensation system. This happens in specific circumstances and is why both components matter. When an employee is covered by workers' compensation, your general liability policy does not apply to their injuries. The two systems operate separately. Here's what the requirement actually is in Florida, because is often confusion about where the thresholds are. Non-construction businesses required to carry coverage once you have 4 or more employees, including part-time employees. Construction businesses required to carry coverage from the moment you have 1 employee, and in many circumstances that includes the business owner. The stop work order is immediate, but there's also a financial penalty, twice the amount of the premium that should have been paid during the period of noncompliance. That calculation adds up quickly. Independent contractor classification gets scrutinized heavily in Florida. Calling someone a contractor doesn't automatically make them one under the workers' compensation law. The classification has specific legal criteria, and auditors know exactly how to evaluate it. Real quick, if you're finding this useful, subscribe to the channel. We put out new content every week on commercial insurance, risk management, real estate protection, and business liability. All in plain language. It's free and it'll save you from learning these lessons the hard way. Workers' compensation premium is based on 3 things: total payroll, job classification codes, and your experience modification factor. Classification codes are risk ratings for different types of work. A clerical employee has a very different rate than a roofer. If employees are misclassified, even unintentionally, it affects both your premium and how audits play out. Your experience modification factor, often called the experience mod, compares your actual claims history to what would be expected for a business like yours. A mod below 1.0 means your claim history is better than average and you get a credit. A mod above 1.0 means worse than average and you pay a surcharge. Here's why this matters directly. A mod of 1.25 adds 25% to your premium. A mod of 0.80 reduces it by 20%. And because the mod is calculated from 3 years of history, one significant claim affects your pricing for years after it happens. The most effective cost management tool in workers' compensation is controlling what happens after an injury occurs. Businesses that take safety seriously and have active return to work programs consistently maintain better mods over time. Return to work programs specifically. When an injured employee comes back to modified duty work, lighter tasks they can handle during recovery. The ongoing wage replacement cost drops significantly. An employee on modified duty costs the insurer far less than one on full leave. Over 3 years, that difference compounds directly to your mod and your premium. If this was helpful, share it with other business owners or an investor who needs to hear it. And subscribe if you haven't already. New content every week. If you're a Florida employer with questions about your current workers' compensation structure, your classification codes, or how your experience mod is calculated, reach out to Integrity Insurance and Risk Management. The link is in the description. I'm Brian Woods with Integrity Insurance and Risk Management. We'll see you in the next one.